With songs and stuff, any new music coming out?
Yeah, we're actually working on an EP at the moment. We're looking
Wow.
sometime around September.
Now, we talked about a good song. What's it take to make... So explain to me the difference, because I've always wondered, like, you got mixtape,
Yeah,
EP,
yeah.
and then obviously album, and then the deluxe album is to make an extra couple bucks with the 4 or 5 extra songs. Right. What's the difference between the three of them? Well, there's no such thing as mixtapes really anymore if you think about it.
Yeah, mixtapes.
They've died. It's not classified free music.
I think mixtapes were pre-streaming days. And like you could just have a bunch of beats that you might not have clearance for. They might have samples on them. But it's basically like the quickest way to get your music out to market. You just put a whole bunch of beats together. They didn't require too much concept, like a very loose concept. And you're basically just exhibiting your skills. Here's what I can do with what limited stuff I have around me, right? And then you get to a EP, which is an extended play. Okay. The true definition of an EP is it has to be over 3 tracks, but in total under half an hour of play. And so it's usually about 5 or 6 songs in total. And then you have...
What's the point of an EP?
It's kind of like... It's the prelude.
Here's the tip.
Yeah, it's like a prelude. So an album is like a full body of work, and it's like everything that you've done leading to that point. It's usually got a storyline to it. Sonically, it makes sense. Like there's a flow in how it sounds, and there's like an arc. Like you're building, and then you bring it down. It's like maybe like a soundtrack to a movie kind of thing, right? You're telling a story, and it has this arc. In my opinion, like a good album will take you on a journey.
See, my one right now that I love, and I like going from a non sort of industry head, I love Polo G's new one.
Yeah, right.
Because I feel like he takes you on that journey. Yeah. And then the thing I love his last song is actually he took changes and sped it up and put it on it. Yeah. But his sister, so in his first album, his sister says, you're going to be a star one day. Yeah. And then at the end of the second album, which is labeled The Go, he's like, he's got his sister talking. He's like, damn, Polo, you made it. Yeah. And I like, that's what I view as like a good album. But what would you say?
I think one of the ones that I always go back to is either like Kendrick Lamar's Damn or Good Kid, Mad City. I think Good Kid, Mad City told an amazing story about where he was at. Like it's the start of the story. It's literally like the start. He's saying, I'm a good kid in this crazy city, but this crazy city shaped me. But I'm changing into this other person. Like my career in music and all these things that are around me are helping for me to see things a little differently. But you see this introduction of how did Kendrick become Kendrick? And he tells the story. He tells a story of him going on a ride with his boys, like a car ride, a very innocent thing like all boys do in their neighborhood, right? But they get high. And after getting high, they get into this situation where one of the guys gets shot. And that's an everyday reality for like a lot of people. But the way he describes that simple car ride through to the telephone calls he gets from his mum saying like, oh, fuck, bring the car home. Your dad's looking for you. Like, it's like a snapshot in a moment of time, but you can pick that apart and say, oh, all these things are going on. Like they talk about a girl that he's going to see. They're talking about guys like being loyal to the crew. They're talking about drugs and like substance abuse. There's so many themes and ideas that he's unpacking in that one album. And then you listen to
relates to everyone in
100.
America.
You can take so much away from that. And then you listen to like Damn, which was like his third album. And then he's talking about like some like deep religious shit. And he's saying in the album, like, am I an evil person? Like as humans, are we inherently evil? Or are we just weak? And it's crazy, that album, you can listen to it 2 ways. You can listen to it from the first song to the last, and you can listen to it from the last song to the first. And it tells 2 different stories with 2 different outcomes. You know what I mean?
Genius.
That's some genius shit. And then like the filmmakers that he chose to film his videos, like Khalil Joseph, like fuck crazy. Like they really went and did their research, read so many different types of books. Like even with Kendrick, when he does an album, it's like he chooses from 170 songs. I think it's like something like 140 songs that he recorded that he whittles down to like 13 to tell the story the right way. I'm like, fuck, that's some intense amount of work that you put into that album, but you only have one chance to make your first album, right? So it's like, you want that piece of work to stand the test of time.
And how do you feel, the way you just explained that, how do you feel, because this is your first EP?
Yeah.
As a manager?
Yeah.
And as the boys being artists?
Yeah.
What's the process like, you know, and because again, like going back into you as a person, people look at this and see the way you've just literally explained that with such detail and passion. Yeah. How would you say creatively you guys will, you know, express the boy? Because I'm guessing it's, you know, obviously going to be about the boy's story, with everything, all the turbulence that's going on in their lives. How would you find it packing that? Well, that's really the foreplay. That's like the tip. Yeah. You know, they can get the song later. Like the album later.
Pause.
What happened? What?
Second time you did it.
What? Look, I have to be myself and I have to talk about things that I know.
Yeah.
Anyway, you're a bad man, mate. But how would you fit creatively? You know, what would your EP be like? Sort of the trailer to what? And would the boys do it? Of course,
I mean, like, there's definitely going to be an album.
That's. I feel like, I don't know, like, you know, you hear like the cursors and all that of the world doing their stuff, but like, man, hearing, I don't know why, I don't even know him, but I feel proud. Like I feel like to see, you know, young blokes, just young people going out there and just fucking globally, you know, fuck, good on them, man.
Just crushing it, yeah. Look, they put so much work into their music. Like, we don't just go into the studio, like, settle on one verse.
Get drunk and just start rapping.
Well, we used to do it that way, but, like, you know.
We're professional now.
We've woken up to that. That gets pretty expensive.
Too many broken headphones and microphones getting smashed everywhere. And just, bro, that's not a fucking shiv, mate. That's a microphone. Put it down.
Wow, what was the question, bro?
I don't know. I'm back on the tip and the shaft. You're a bad man. No, we're talking about how you know, going back on how creatively Kendrick pretty much unpacks his his music. You know, how will you find the boys creatively, or what's the goal to creatively deliver their story in an EP? I'd say the tip, but an EP and then later on into an album.
I think there's several different factors to consider. Like, first of all, you look at, like, what are they feeling right now? Like, what's the?
Because they've got a lot going on, eh?
Yeah, I mean, like, you've got your three of your brothers just went to jail, and, you know, there's all this other stuff that's happening out west, and there's what's happening with the cops and just all that kind of stuff. And then on top of that, it's like there's
off topic. I have to ask, how are the boys feeling with everything that's going on in America? How are you feeling? Because I know you're very vocal about it too.
Like,
do you feel like it's a change, or do you feel like it's just?
Jeez, rice.
See that? Motherfuckers can't fuck with these. Anyway, they can stay. We'll just put that down. We got very expensive people here.
As you can see, so the detailed maintenance work.
I'm very humble. I'm very humble.
It's early days here.
You know what? I'm gonna look at this when I'm on my private yacht. No. Yeah. When I'm on my private yacht in Italy, looking at like, fuck. Remember the times that we had really, really expensive decor? Anyway, sorry. Back to what we were saying.
Yeah, obviously, like, you know, you've got what they're feeling right now, and with what's happening, you know, with the cops and what. And to answer your question, like, man, we've been going through it since like last year with the cops. It's just nothing new. Like, I feel like do we need to talk on it? Like I feel like we spent a better half of last year trying to tell people like what it was, and now you see it for what it is, like police abuse of power. You know what I mean?
The world's actually looking at your lifestyle for the last betterment of a year, especially with the boys.
So like there's those things to talk about, and then there's like, all right, cool. Like, what do we want the audience to come away with from this EP? Like, what's that message that we're sending through the music? Like, what are we asking people to think about? And then there's like, how does it sound? Do we make just 6 bangers like that? Like, what's the experience that we want you to have when you're listening to it? Do we want you to be in the gym? Is there a song that we want you to listen to it with your girl? Or is it something that you just cruise around in your car with? Like, what's the vibe for how will you experience this music so that you're continuing to come back to it?
I'd personally love to hear one soft one from them.
Yeah.
Like, I would love to, back to Polo G. Have you heard his new album?
Yeah. Khaled produced that song, 21.
Oh, I swear to God.
Yeah, that was him, man.
You know that song? Like, I love that song, Martin and Gina.
Yeah.
Bro, like, being able to rap about a woman, it just, I don't know, it just hits different. Like, I would love to hear the boys, talk about, a woman. But then again, it'll be wordplay. Like, it'll be like, they're talking about a woman, but then they're talking about their shiv, or they're talking about their knife, and then Western City. No, we're not saying that they do, but like, you know what I mean?
We have songs about that. It's just about how it fits into the story. And
do you guys have a theme for this album yet?
Yeah, we do. We definitely do. Like, the boys always have a meaning behind their stuff. Nothing ever comes out just on a whim. Like, JM, Spenny, they're very deep thinkers. Same as like Lex, P, and Sally too. Like, they're all thinking about different stuff, and especially with JM and Spenny, like they're growing rapidly as artists. So like, they're always exploring.
And as men as well.
Yeah, 100%. Like, they're businessmen now. They own a business which is starting to provide opportunities for other people. Like, they're generating, a healthy income that allows them to support themselves and their family.
Are we talking about the music or an actual other business?
Oh no!
No, not like that. Like, no, because I've been watching a lot of Nipsey lately too.
Well, we've got like Nipsey was a great inspiration. Like, what he created with like the Marathon store, amazing revenue stream. Like, Nipsey says, like, I give away the music for free.
Yeah,
I make it back on my shows, and he makes it back on his merch, right? And he put Crenshaw on. Like, he took Crenshaw and he said, like, yo, that's Crenshaw is me. He made it his brand.
I think we're going to be seeing Mountie hoodies soon.
I mean, like, that's the brand, right? Like, that's OneFour. And that's another thing. Like, if it goes back to what makes a good artist, you need to have songs. You definitely have to have great songs, but your brand needs to stand out. Like, when you spoke about Dave, there's only one Dave. There's nothing that you listen to that sounds like Dave or looks like Dave. When you listen to J Huss, it's J Huss off the bat. Straight away, and you're not trying to listen to anything that sounds like J Huss. You want J Huss,
and you can actually pick out the impersonators.
100%. So it's like, right now in Sydney, we have a few really like standout original ones, and then we have a lot of other like imitators. And the way that you get past that imitating is fine when you're starting out. You always try to imitate or emulate the people that you look up to, but you need to be able to break out of that and create your own brand out of something original.
Do you feel like the boys? See, I love the sort of the spiritual side, development side of it. What do you feel like in your year and a half with them? Like, how do you feel like they've personally developed as men? And do you feel like life's circus? Because I'm a firm believer, like, life's a bitch, but it's how you treat her.
Yeah, 100%. I think they probably wouldn't even realize, but I think it's their growth in emotional intelligence.
Do you feel like they move different?
100%. Like, I think there were situations before where if they were upset with something or something didn't go their way, it was very easy to emotionally react. But business is a totally different ball game. Like, you can't just react off the cuff. You have to really think about, like,
Can't be in a fucking meeting with JD Sports and they're like, the executive's like, no, we don't want you to wear that. You just fucking spin it, come across the table, bitch slap him.
And being creative too. It's like, how do you tell someone like who's just poured their heart into a song that, that verse isn't what we're after, or,
That's so true. Because I was telling you about that. I was in the studio with that young artist. Because my mate who's managing him hit me up because he wanted me to just talk to him about life and stuff. And he was going like these young kid. Like I felt for him. He's like, like I fucking wrote this song, and then the bloke came in. He's like, nah, that's shit. Like, what the fuck's he know? Like, what the fuck's he know about blah blah? I said, listen. So stop. I said, obviously, he doesn't have much idea about music, but you have to remove yourself emotionally.
Yeah.
And be teachable.
Yeah.
Now, whether you're gonna like what that he says, no or yes, but you have to take it on board.
Yeah.
Because I've learned things from like the small. Look, I've actually learned the biggest life lessons from some of the biggest retards I've ever known. But if I was like, oh, they're just a retard.
Yeah. You care to name names or what?
Huh? No,
we're dropping names.
No, we're not gonna name no names. But really. What I mean is like, you have to stay teachable. If the boys were overly emotional with everything, they wouldn't learn.
100%, but it goes both ways. Like there's so much that I can learn from them. Like,
oh yeah,
like I know how to shiv someone like 10 different ways. No, like I've learned so I've actually learned so much.
Did you learn mathematics? I'm talking about breaking down percentages of ketamine that goes into things.
No,
I don't know that, but I'm just saying.
Culturally, like I've learned so much about brotherhood and loyalty, like from just watching them, not stuff that they've like gone out and said, oh, you need to learn this. It's like just watching how they
here's your checklist. You want to be a manager? You're gonna stab this person in this area. If the coppers ask you, don't fucking say nothing about me.
Yeah,
full checklist.
But watching them grow emotionally into steady men who can make good decisions, who are not basing their decisions off like just pure emotion. Like, yeah, there's still emotion in there's a lot of emotion. They're artists, but I think that respect that they have for each other, the respect that they have for their team, and the respect that they have for like people who are trying to do the right thing by them. And it's like, man, it really makes me proud as a manager to say like, oh, they're my artists, not just because of what they can do, but the types of people they are.
I watched the interview with what's his name? The
24 Karat Kev.
Yeah,
Filters.
That was firstly shout out to him. That was a really good interview. I actually looked up to that.
Yeah.
But the thing that I liked is how they're paying it forward in a way. They're talking about how they, young artists hit them up all the time, and they're happy to give advice and stuff like that. Like, you can get to a level of stardom and completely just snub everyone. But I actually respect that they look down to lift up, not to look down on people.
Yeah, 100%.
And I think that's where you're coming from with the sense of their character and all that stuff as well.
And you don't have to, that's not your responsibility as an artist to be a role model. Like you choose that, like you decide whether, that's your calling or not. You know what I mean? But that's the type of guys they are. Like all my artists are like that. Or like Becca's like that. She's, always looking to try to help other people. And I mean, that's why Souls makes music, because he finds helping other people enjoyable.
That's why I got this podcast. Hey, because it's not even for me. I love going on random rants, and then hopefully someone picks it up. And they're like someone actually messaged me before this podcast. You'll laugh, and they're like, "Hey man," an artist, random artist, and he's like to me, "Hey man, I just watched all your podcasts with the Sage." He's like, "I just saged my studio, and it's the first time I made a song in months." And I'm like, "Fuck, if only he knew it was marijuana, not sage." But no, I'm joking, Mum. I'm sorry. I swear to God, I'm joking. But yeah, man, it goes back to why we do this. I think, you got people that do it for the money, and then they got people that actually do it for you can't take money with you. Like, I'm going to start ranting now, but you can't take money with you.
The Pharaohs tried, right? The Pharaohs tried.
Yeah, look where they fucking ended up. With us looting it. Like, let's say I die. Now, I get in trouble for saying this as well because they reckon I'm going to manifest it. But let's say I die and I take 100K with me in a casket. Firstly, I'm going to be buried in Rookwood, which is very close to West Sydney. So let's just say as soon as I go in, I'm coming straight back out. And all that money's going to be gone, and they're just going to leave me on the sidewalk, just dead and bodiless. But what you can leave is, the way you've impacted people and the way you help people.
Yeah, 100%.
The thing I like about these young Western Sydney artists is they're all very emotional, but they're all very emotionally powerful in the sense that they remind me of the Meek Mill characters. You know,
still raw.
Yeah, raw, grimy, but like they want to help. They want to, you know, they want to see their Philly do well. You know, and as a manager, like I actually respect how much you cultivate that too. You let them do their thing. You let them, you know, go through. And this is from an outsider looking in, but also knowing you personally. You let them, you know, man. You just let them do their thing.
That's just my personality too. Like I'm someone who just likes to sit behind the scenes and I'm happy to support other people reach their potential and do their thing. Like I'm not a P Diddy. Like I'm not that guy who's super extroverted. I'm
Hove.
I'm actually I describe myself more as an introvert, but I'm a social introvert. Like I'm happy to sort of mix with people, but
you need to go home and everyone needs to fuck off for a bit.
Just be by myself and light a J and listen to some music on my own.
What am I? I'm definitely an extrovert.
I don't know. Like I think when you get older, you kind of change. When I was younger, I was out all the time. Like,
I think I'm both. You know, you can be both.
Yeah, 100%.
See, I can't be. I'm very big on frequencies and energy now.
Yeah.
If anyone's fucking lower, I feel it.
100%.
And then I have to go home and like just disconnect from everyone. I'm like, man, just fuck off.
Yeah.
And then I'll come back one day later, like just all things just firing cylinders.
Yeah. Well, the other day you said like you were cleansing off social media.
Yeah, that didn't last long. Yeah. That didn't last.
Is that something you do a lot?
Man, like, I'll be honest with you. If I could disappear off social media, I would disappear. Yeah. I've got this. I've got my other businesses. Yeah. I've got my own personal brand. And look, there's so. And also, you know what the thing is as well? I love helping people. People only know how to reach me through social media. Someone's who's fucking going through their life shit. It's not going to come to the sex shop. Yeah, he's going to call the sex shop and they're like, hey, when's AJ working? Yeah. I actually have one guy that always comes in and hits me up. Like he'll sit there for 3 hours and I'll just sit there and talk to him and give him advice.
Yeah, nice.
But it's like, I wish I could detox. Like, but it's like, it's even, again, if we go back to music, it's hard for an artist or anyone to like really step out of the limelight because that's their business.
Yeah, true.
You know, I mean, people, and going back on all the world topics, we're in an era now where nothing really sticks. Where'd Corona go?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
What happened to Australia? Was on fire at the start of the year. No one gives a fuck about it now.
Yeah, 6 months is like 6 years away.
6 months ago, you know, and I'm calling it now. I've already seen it dampen now. Like it's all slowly going like that. The race riots. Slowly, soon we're going to hear about the bloke who did that. In 6 months, we're going to hear it and we're going to be like, it's just going to be secondary news to us.
Yeah,
you know, which is the sad thing about it, because and then again, our world is so used to. It's not used to actually consume. We overly consume, and even now, it's not about who's right. Denzel Washington says it. He's like, you guys don't even report now about what's right. It's who can report first.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I think we're attached to our phones and our devices all the time. So like there's so much information coming your way. And we're just living in this period now where like, I don't remember I've never lived through a period like this before. Like even 9/11.
Yeah, but you're only 22, so.
But yeah, to not have any sports or distractions, like you can barely go out. Like it's not even worthwhile going out at the moment.
But people are still distracted.
And yeah, like there's this, you know, major event happening that we're forced to deal with. Like we've been dancing around this topic of, you know, like of Black lives and how Black people have been treated throughout history by governments and law enforcement. And now we have to deal with it. You know what I mean? Like hopefully it doesn't just disappear. Like hopefully we can actually address this properly, especially like someone like myself. Like I make a living off Black culture. You know what I mean? So it's like we have a responsibility to make sure that this is just a flash in the pan. Like that it's actually something that we're committed to actioning and making better.
I don't know if it was Russ. I think it might have been Russ. One of them called out all the labels. I think it might have been Russ.
Yeah.
He literally called out all the, like, tagged all of them, and he's like, you guys make billions off of black cultural artists. Yeah, none of you are speaking up.
Yeah, I mean, like, look, there's a lot of different reasons why people don't speak. Like, OneFour, we didn't need to we didn't feel the need to make some like massive statement to say like, oh, we're supporting. It's like, but if you see our actions,
life is a protest.
Yeah, if you see our actions, like someone asked me the other day, is like, well, why didn't you guys make a statement?
Bro, we've been living it the last fucking 2 years.
I'm like, bro, it's like when the bushfires happened and Nookie called us to come to Nowra to help out, like we went. We didn't ask any questions. We just went because we knew we had to touch that place and those people. Like Nookie's like a very close friend of mine, like a brother. I was like, all right, cool. Like, let's just go out. We don't have to talk about it too much. It's not like something that we have to post about.
That you're there.
Yeah, exactly. But we're confident in what we do and how we go about our work and who it speaks for and what it says. But again, like some people may have not felt comfortable saying something. Maybe some people like in this moment prefer just to listen. You know what I mean? And that's a good thing.
That's powerful.
Sometimes it's better to be a listener and to listen to what's going on and not say anything, because then by the time you come to that point where you do say something, you're educated. Like you're educated on the topic. Like I always go back to this thing that I'm always a student. Like I don't care like how long I'm in this music thing. There's always going to be someone who can teach me way more, right?
That's going to say one little thing.
Yeah.
That sparks everything.
So it's like, all right, cool. Like, let's stop blaming each other for like, oh, this person didn't say this person didn't say that. It's like, until you sit in front of them and talk to them and have that conversation, like you're just making assumptions.
Well, I just think it gets more negative and negative and negative. Like I love seeing the positives out of it. Like I love seeing the, like I saw there was a young black kid. He cleaned up. So he would wake up at 2 a.m. and clean up his whole neighborhood for the neighbors, so they don't have to clean it up, because they'd all wake up at 8 and be like, oh, we have to clean up again. He cleans it all up, and then just by his genuine gesture, he got like they re-looked after him. He didn't do it for that, but like he ended up getting a Mustang.
Oh wow!
No, but listen, this is how crazy it is. So he's like, the reason why he did it, he cleaned up. He's like, my mum's not around anymore, but she would be doing it. If it wasn't me, she'd be doing the exact same thing. Now, here's the crazy thing about how the universe and life works. It's so fucking crazy. This guy saw it, white guy. He was a black guy who cleaned up. The white guy saw it, and the white guy's like, "Oh, I got this old school 2004 Mustang that I was going to sell it, but I didn't really want to sell it. But I didn't really want to keep it. So he gave him the Mustang for free. That was his mum's favorite car.
Oh, hectic!
Without even realizing it.
That's crazy. Yeah, things just align, eh?
And then the college that he wanted to go to heard about it, and now they've given him a free scholarship.
Wow, what a story!
Yeah, but it's like stories like that. But then you go in the comments as well, and then you see shit like, oh, fucking blah. Like that's what burns. That's what burnt. Like I actually went on one comment the other day. I went on Facebook and like, Key has always advised me, for me as well, because I'm a very outspoken character.
A vocal person.
Very vocal. He's like, stay off Facebook. Yeah. Do not comment. I'm like, all right. I saw this fucking one chick. Oh, I don't give a fuck. She was about in her 40s. You could tell she had no culture, no education, just a fuckwit. Shocked her name was Carol. Whatever the fuck, or Susie. It was one fucking name like that. It was either Carol or Susie. And she's like, all lives matter. All lives matter. Like, firstly, you dumb fuck. You stupid woman. Firstly, yes, all fucking lives matter. 100%. But there's like one section that is not getting the attention they need and the respect and love they need. In a business, all areas of a business matter. But if the marketing department is down and shit, you're not going to be like, oh, we're HR, we matter. No, you're going to go help the marketing department and bring them back up. Anyway, I couldn't help myself. So I just commented, shut up, Susie. bro, she sent me this long essay, and I was ready just to like my fingers were just itching, and just I'm like, no, I can't fuel these fucking degenerates sometimes. And I swear to God, if you go on Facebook and you sit there and leave your negative fucking opinion, you're a fucking degenerate. I hope you leave it on my fucking thing and comment on my shit.
I feel like
you up.
Yeah, social media, like it can bring out some like really dumb shit in people. Like I personally don't engage in any type of social media arguments, because like, are we in it to understand something? Like, do you go into I'll scroll through comments, and I'm just curious to see like, okay, like what's the range of opinions within this topic? Like,
do you go through the boys' comments and stuff?
Yeah, I go through all the comments in like the reaction videos and like in ours, and I'm like, all right, cool, it's interesting. Like, I have no idea who these people are who comment. Like, so I'm not gonna take it.
You, Susie.
I'm not taking it super personally. Like, it could be just some troll. It could be some kid who's like 11 years old. It could be some guy who's, or a girl who's just bored. But you can sort of start to see the pattern, like by certain comments. You can see who's a hardcore fan, who's really like dissecting the work, and who just has an opinion. You know what I mean? And it's cool. Like, you can have your opinion, but
I don't agree.
It's up to me. Like, it's in my control to let that comment bother me or not.
See how he's trying to school me? Now he's trying to teach me game, because he knows how I am.
It is, but
I used to come in the office. Actually, Rick's seen it firsthand. I used to come into the office and just losing it about shit. And then Rick would sit there and be like, man, like, why are you going to let it bother you? And I'm like, yeah,
you're giving
fucking Susie bitch just.
But you're giving Susie, who you've never met, the power.
She's got no power over me.
But if you've reacted over it, she's already.
I just like, yeah, you're right.
If you're going to invest like a half an hour into like writing a reply to her, that
I just wrote shut up. I think she just wrote shut up. I didn't even respond.
And she totally just wasted her energy sending you this like paragraph.
My thing is like, there's so much more positive things you can go and do. Like, go on a like a Reddit where people are like, fuck, I want to take my life. All right, Susie, go on. Like, and you know what? Fuck, this is me checking myself as well, because as a man, I think you have to check yourself too. I shouldn't have wrote shut up, Susie. I'm not sorry, go fuck yourself, but still. Like, I could have used that and gone on to something, where like a Reddit where someone's like, look, I don't know what to do with this situation. What should I do? And I could have left a positive comment.
Yeah.
What frustrates me, and I swear, I feel like, man, like every podcast I go off about this, nothing burns me more than people that go and make fake comments.
Yeah.
Fake comments like, fuck you, or you don't know this, or you don't know like that. No idea. On private accounts. That burns me the most. Like, we got this one bloke that keeps commenting on the Truth Be Told thing of Key, who did, like, he made a positive statement, and this one bloke's like, Key, didn't you get put on by Lebos at the front of
Is that Abu Air?
Yeah,
Abu Air?
No.
Shout out to Abu Air, who comments on every YouTube video.
It's I love Huskies.
Oh,
There's another one who's fucking I love Huskies. Anyway, but firstly, like, to clear it up, Key didn't get put on. There's a video, you see me in the fire with 100 Lebos just getting grabbed left, right, and center. Key was nowhere near there. But like, what the fuck do you have? Like, your thing is I love Huskies. Go save some fucking Huskies instead of leave your fucking negative comments.
Yeah, but some people's world is so small, bro. Like, that's all they have. You know what I mean? Like, once you've traveled and once you've seen like all these different things, like, that shit just doesn't bother you anymore. It's like, what the fuck? Like, why am I wasting my time with these small-minded people?
And you must cop it a lot.
I don't cop shit.
No, like, you don't. No, but you're like, the boys must cop it like crazy. Do they see? Like,
yes and no. Like, yes, they read it. Do they let it bother them? No, not really. Like, they've seen bigger and worse things, bro. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, you've been to jail already. Like, why the fuck are you gonna let some like dimwit like
fuck you? I love Huskies.
Fuck you over a comment.
Fuck you, Susie, as well.
Like, it really means something.
Yeah, no, 100.
Fuck them. No.
What do you think it takes to? I know we spoke about being a young manager. What do you think it takes to be an artist these days on an international scale? Because you know, I also I'm a big believer in you shouldn't do things like you don't want to be the best in Australia. You want to be the best in the world.
Yeah, 100%.
So what do you think it takes? You know, like
your talent gets you to a certain point, right? And your talent should then attract the right people to you for you to build your team, right? And I think it's that. Like when I look at artists that I really admire, and I look at the teams behind them. And I'm like, all right, who's the manager? How does the manager move? Like a great team is like Drake's team is nuts. Like Ziggy and I, like, you know, we started just running weed to them and stuff just to be in the camp, like just to get close to it. You know what I mean? And like we got to see it close up, like how 40 works, how Jamil, like the tour manager, works, how Future and like and the rest of the team, like they all do their parts so well. Like it's like a well-oiled machine.
Team.
And they know exactly what they're doing and what their roles are. There's no egos. Like they're supporting each other. You know what I mean? Like
that's what going back to the football team.
100%. It's like each member feels accountable to the next member in the team. You know what I mean? And it's not about proving yourself as better. It's like, yo, like I'm here to help you get better, and you're here to help me get better. You know what I mean? Like, and if you can have that chemistry within your team, fuck, you're gonna go. You're gonna go places. You know what I mean? And
what would you say for a young artist who doesn't really have that sort of, I'd say intelligence, in the sense, not intelligence, obviously, because you know that comes. I feel like that understanding comes with growth.
Book, like,
huh?
Read a book.
Read a book.
I mean, like, there's no fucking excuse anymore, man.
48 laws of power. Yeah, hard.
Like,
you know what?
What's your fucking excuse? Like, you got YouTube, you've got Google. Like there's the two biggest fucking search engines in the world, and then you've got resources like this. You've got podcasts. You've got.
Hey, wait, hold on. Run it back. You say that one more time. That's a resource.
You got resources like this that are like podcasts of information and ideas. Like, what's the fucking excuse? You know what I mean?
Dude, I swear I rant on about all this all the time. If you want something, you're in the perfect age right now to go and fucking learn.
Like, you have the means for production. Like, it doesn't cost you like thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to record something anymore. Like, you literally buy a laptop, you get Logic or whatever program.
Splice.
Splice. You can get Splice membership if you really need to, and then you learn, right? What's missing for a lot of people is patience.
Yeah.
Like, they don't have the patience to persevere through the shit stage. It's like trying to grow like your hair. Like, you got to go through that fucking shit stage where it's all over the place, but it's going to get to that, like,
it's tattooed on.
It's going to get to that stage where it's real nice, but you had to go through that really, you know, uncomfortable period.
100.
A lot of artists and a lot of managers, a lot of people come into this thing thinking, oh, fuck, I'm going to write a hit song. Someone's going to discover me and it's just going to be on. The money's just going to come. It's like, nah, like, find a producer who really understands you. Like, it takes you writing like 100 songs, like, to get those good 10.
MK, do you know who MK is? He's like this house artist.
Yeah.
He says it. He said the exact same thing.
Yeah.
You have to, he said it to young artists. He's like, you have to make 100 tracks and no joke, like 3 or 4 of them are going to be a banger.
Yeah. They'll be good. You know what I mean? And then you go through those rejection stages. You have to go through that performing for like OneFour's, like, they were laughed at before 2017. People just did not respect a bunch of islanders rapping in their natural accent, talking about what they were talking about. People just weren't gravitating towards it. You know, we're still out here talking about fucking, no disrespect, but we're talking about like Hilltop Hoods or Illy or like those guys. And I was like,
who? No, I'm joking.
But yeah, like, then people overseas were like intrigued, like, oh, holy shit, this is something we've never seen before. This is interesting.
A lot of UK reactions, eh?
Well, like, yeah, I think that was the thing that really set it off, is the UK reactions, that people were just curious. Like, whether or not it was a good reaction or bad reaction, the whole point was like, you got people's attention because it was different.
Good publicity or bad publicity is still publicity.
You got to get people's attention.
Shout out Barbie.
You got to get their attention. You got to find a way to capture their attention. So I think, yeah, my advice right now to artists is like, emulate. It's fine to emulate like who you look up to, but you take a bit of that, right? And then you find another artist and you take a bit of that artist, but you have to find yourself.
You know, it's funny. You know, it's crazy. These young artists that I was telling you about earlier. I'm like, show me your Spotify. I swear to God, on my little brother's live, it was all OneFour. I'm not even joking. I'm like, boys, like, I get it, but like, you got to have other artists. He's like, no, OneFour. I'm like, bro, listen. Yeah, but firstly, drill's like slowly phasing out. There's more. You got to be out. I said, if you go look at them, go listen to Welcome to Prison. I showed them that the leak one of JM's with what's his name?
With 7-0.
Yeah, that one. I said, listen to his flow. I said, that's not drill. I said, see how it changes. I said,
and
you have to like create your own sort of buzz.
That comes within their culture too. Like Pacific Islanders are such soulful people. Like, you know, like they've got roots in the church and gospel music, like with R&B, and then even just their own island sounds. It's like, and then there's reggae, and it's like, why limit yourself? Like, use all your cultural ammunition that you have, because the world wants it right now. The world, like the US doesn't want like US copycats. They're curious about what's in London, what's in France. If you go to the US, they're intrigued that you have a different accent. They're just attracted to something different.
Well, look at the Kid.
100%.
You know, I think he's a perfect example. Dude, his accent is like...
Shout out to Laroi.
Yeah, man. I remember him being so young and like coming into the thing.
Coming to the office?
Yeah, to the office. You see this young kid and just... I don't even know what the fuck he was wearing. He was wearing raggedy ass stuff.
Yeah,
and
man,
now
it wasn't fresh
dripped
yet.
out in fucking Balenciagas and he's probably fucking porn stars. He's a grown little man now.
See, he was original at 14 years old, man. Like at 13, 14, he was already he had his own style, his own way of doing something, and he stuck with it, and he believed in himself.
And I think that's one of the... As my advice to an artist is you have to fucking believe... No, first thing is what you said. Audit yourself and know what role you will best play in the team. Then believe in yourself to do that particular role to the best of your ability. Because if you don't believe in yourself, no one's going to fucking believe in yourself.
You have to bank on yourself. You have to, like...
And on real, you're going to have moments where you're going to doubt yourself.
Fuck yeah.
I woke up this morning I swear to God, I woke up this morning at 4 a.m. I'm like, fuck. Why the fuck am I doing a podcast? What the fuck? The guests are driving this and that. But I'm like, nah, you know what? Then I look at Elon Musk, and then I look at Steve Jobs, and then I look at all these characters who... They were fucking doing crazier shit than what I was doing. Joe Rogan just made 150 mil off podcasts. So podcasts are a thing. These blokes are creative. Even the boys. Even the boys. Like, you have to connect the dots backwards to go forwards. You know, you have to really bank on yourself and see a vision and believe. When everyone else around you is like, nah, you have to really put your fucking first foot forward and be like, thing. And when you do have those wavering moments where you're like, oh, you know, fuck, no, I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can take him to the next level. I mean, you have to be like, you have to cut it there. You have to cut the dragon, and be like, no. This is what I got to do. All right, I got to do it. You got to really just visualize, be grateful for all that you have, and then just move forward to where you want to go.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, we got one life.
I think what helps too is like...
They have each other too.
Having an understanding of what your principles and values are. Like, I know with OneFour, like everything that they do, like they say it's for the gang, right? Like it's loyalty to the gang. But let's talk about gang for a minute. It's not gang. Like, they're your brothers. Like, you know, they're people that you feel like are like family. And so it's just that, it's that instinct to protect people that you care about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, when you listen to, like, yeah, the music sounds violent. It sounds like, you know, it sounds like it comes from a place of rage and frustration. But within the line, like in between the lines, you listen to some of the things that they say, and they're like, fuck, like, I'm just here to protect my brother. And the loyalty that I have to my family is unwavering. Like, don't ever try to test my loyalty. You know
Wrong
what I
or
mean?
right, regardless, I'm back my blood.
Like my blood. You know what I mean? Like, and that's a crazy line. Like,
Yeah, that's powerful.
you could have a university lecture based on that line alone. Is that right or wrong? Like, where do you sit in that spectrum of ideas? Like,
That's crazy. If you think ethics and all that wise.
yeah.
And philosophy.
It's like, you know what? Fuck. The first thing that's most important to me is my blood. I can figure out the rest later on, and I can deal with that later. But what's important to me is that promise that I made to the person that I cared about. And to be honest, we live in a society where people are just so quick to change teams. You know what I mean?
Shout out 6ix9ine. Dog.
They're quick to like jump at whatever's the next cool thing or the next, thing that gives them clout. You know what I mean? And I can honestly say that that's one thing that I really admire about my boys. It's like,
I love all my boys. See what I mean? Like, remember how, like, now the way you're talking about them is it's like you're their dad.
Yeah, they're my nephews. Like I see them as
Uncle Rick.
Well, that's the name. Like, again, that's the brand. Like, that's what I live by. It's like, I don't look at artists as this thing to make money from. They're not an opportunity. Like, they're an opportunity for me to do my best work.
You know what? Fuck it. Let's be truth be told right now. Let's be truth be told, because this is what this fucking brand's about. Can you hear me? All right. Let's be real. This is actually my second sitting with Rick. So we did a first, like, I'm a fucking straight as it comes. I'm a straight shooter. I don't give a fuck. I'm not straight. Like, I'm talking like I'm a straight shooter. I'll call it how it is. If I think someone's doing an amazing job, I'll call it. If I think someone's a flop, I'll call it fuck you, Susie. But just to clarify, like, cause you have people that, do things for like media, then you have people that do things for like, just to say it on how it, this is going to be aired out. So everyone's going to see this. People are going to see this. The thing that I respect about Uncle Rick, and I'll explain it to you. Now, Rick's known me for 2-3 years now, and we always had a good chemistry. We always got along. Look, I'm going to be honest, a bit upset he hasn't tried to sign me, but we'll go into it another time. But we taped this thing about 2 weeks ago. And Rick messaged me the next day, and mind you, we had a crazy chat. We got a little bit too tipsy, but we had a crazy chat. But the type of person Rick is, and let me explain it too. He messages me and he's like, you know what? I feel like we could have done better. Now, you can see that in the way the artistry with the boys, that's one. But two, he even messaged me, he's like, what do you want to talk about? This is what he sent me a whole email. This is what I reckon we should discuss. This is, how we should break it down. This is how I can. He's like, I don't really care about me. I want to help you. So when you hear, someone talk about this and someone like, say, oh, they're about this, oh, like, you got people in the game who, again, switch up and shit. Not Australia, life in general. But coming down to like the deeper meanings and shit, this is what life and business is all about. It's all about relationships and authenticity and being able to, help the other people when you're going to get nothing. You give without the expectation of receiving, and shout, like, I just had to rant and shout out to that, because like, shout out, man, like, I want people to understand how real you are about actually what you're saying. I'd like that you can tell with energy and stuff, but like, shout out, man, like, this is a second take, because he said, you know what, I think we can do better, and I think you can do better. Now, to have that level of honesty and truth, man, I got love, man. Straight out. So, sorry, that was my rant.
My G. No, I appreciate that, bro. Like,
just so, like, because I feel like, you can say something and people can be like, oh, okay, yeah, like, but is it about it? But you're about it. And, like, I got mad love for that, because, people will see this, and this is the whole point the show's about. I want people to see this and get an understanding about, there's more to everything in life. There's like a deeper understanding. How we treat each other essentially is everything that you're going to be remembered for.
Yeah, 100%.
And like, for you to take the time out to even be sitting here, and you to take the time out to want to redo it, and like, not for your sake, because you sounded perfect on the other one, but for my sake, to help me better. That's like, shows your true testament of the character you are.
What's that saying? Like, people some people won't remember what you said to them, but they'll always remember like how you made them feel.
Yeah, man.
I think that's like it's an important way to like live life by, because you can always like, the smallest thing might make the biggest difference. Like you might walk into a fancy building and the doorman opens the door. It's like, you can acknowledge that. It doesn't take you anything to acknowledge that doorman, you know what I mean? But that practice constantly applied in your life can reap massive rewards. Like a small thing repeated over and over again. It's like you might meet someone randomly in the train or in a lift, and just from a smile, an acknowledgement, hey, I see you, that can spark a conversation. That conversation could then become an opportunity. That opportunity then becomes something that you can pass down and be remembered by. So
it's like I was listening to a podcast the other day, the Just Hustle podcast, and this guy Marco was on there. Now, he was a completely different industry. He was a crane driver. And then there was this Asian billionaire investor who would come to the job site. And he would be the only one that was working, and he'd be the only one as a tradie can be, like, who would say hello and acknowledge the billionaire. The billionaire said to him, "You're too good to be doing this. You know, quit your job, come work for me." Then he went from getting $900 to $1,000 a week, work like doing 60, 70 hours, to getting flown to Shanghai, being in multi-million-dollar property deals, and you know, putting his family and all that in a better position, just from a smile.
Yeah,
you know, and like it's exactly right. Like it's not hard to smile. You know,
it's not
hard to be a fucking good human being.
Yeah,
Susie.
Yeah, basic things. Just acknowledge people, and you know, you don't have to know them, but you can see them like, I see you, like you're there, like you're a human being, just like me, and you know, it goes a long way.
What a bro. I'm so glad we did this again. I'm so glad we didn't drink. What's next?
Yeah, we're just on the
What's
waters.
next for Rick? What's next for 1-4, Beck, and Solo? And do you have like a management company name yet? Are we going to go into that?
Yeah, when worlds collide.
What a name! Like, I'm not even J'ing up. That's like, that's hectic.
Yeah,
Do you feel like it's a bit long? When worlds collide?
Like when worlds collide, like it's kind of long. WWC.
Is that like I think this is a perfect year to actually announce it. that's gonna be the fucked up thing, that's like the crazy thing that's gonna happen in
what, like we're gonna hit another
July. It's just like the music scene's gonna take over the world.
Yeah, that whole idea of when worlds collide, it was like I was just thinking about two people. When two people meet and they're from different worlds, and their worlds mesh, and like when they hit each other and the particles like weld into like one, and then all these new ideas come. Yeah, like that's the fun part. To me, that's the fun part, when people can deconstruct their ideas and see something from a totally new perspective. And that's creativity. Like that's creativity at its finest, is when people are so open, so vulnerable, and so like non-judgmental, that they're willing for their own ideas to be changed because they appreciate someone else's point of view. And that's why I made that company name. And I sort of hope that I bring that to the table every time I work with my artists. In terms of what's in store for us, like 1-4, we're looking to like really branch out overseas and like sort of expand into like new markets. Obviously like the UK and US are the two big ones, but we'd love to be in like France, Sweden, like, you know.
I wouldn't mind seeing him do a Spanish track.
Yeah, you know, like who knows, like, you know, meet up with
your
like
puppy's ready to run. Your puppy's
Bad Bunny, or like, you know,
but
Ozuna.
People
like,
don't realize how insane the actual Spanish market.
It's huge.
Like
it's
60
massive.
million followers, 70 million, close to 100 million followers. Like, what the fuck?
I don't think like the American market in terms of like, oh man, the size of the American market's massive, but like in terms of streaming numbers, I think India and South America are still like way far ahead for their artists.
You know, he's a good manager that you should look into, that like really dives into all that stuff. You know Marshmello?
Yeah. I've watched the documentary. Yeah,
right. He's like Shaleezy is.
He's the man.
When I think the top three managers that come to my head, I think Shaleezy, I think Dre London, and
Which these are the one that did what's her name as well?
Roddy Ricch for a bit.
Did he do Roddy Ricch?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
he
that.
did Roddy Ricch for his album in the
crap.
box.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he did
That's
Roddy Ricch. He's got Alesso. He's got 808 Mafia.
Yeah.
Who else? There's another one who I love. He was 2 Chainz old manager, Charlie.
Oh yeah.
He was very like.
Yeah, those guys are like just so on the ball. Like I'm a big fan of like Dave Ali. It's like he manages Kehlani, like Dre London, Pat the manager, like Chance's manager as well. I follow him. I always wanted to be more like a Rick Rubin type. Like,
Does the guy with the crazy beard that works with Jay-Z?
yeah, like more of a developer. Like he's more of a like a consultant kind of thing. But for now, like the management stuff allows me to learn the industry a lot deeper.
Because I remember you said to me, you just want to make your mark, then bounce.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be like. I don't think I'm here to like leave this like long lasting. Oh, like he was this manager, and OneFour is doing what it does. Rebecca Hatch, it's gonna do what it does. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if my contribution to that is Rick helped those artists reach their potential, that's perfectly fine with me. But like, I think my role in music is just that. It's like just to help. It's just to help good artists take that next step in their story or in their creativity or in their brand. I'm not driven by like, I don't get excited by landing a massive deal. Like, it's important, but I'm excited by what that massive deal then allows us to do creatively.
Before we go, do you feel like the boys should stay independent, or if the right deal comes, would you get them to get a deal? Because the right deal, people don't realize that. Like, this is what's crazy, just so people can get a quick understanding. When people say, oh, they got $1 million in advance, that's an advance. That's a loan. You have to pay them back all that money. And if you don't, you're in trouble. So like, I personally, I love the independent side of things. And then what you do is you do like one-off partnerships.
Yeah, look, the business model for a successful artist is changing, and there's several different types of models. Like, there's something coming soon that I think is going to blow, like, it's going to blow a lot of things out of the water.
This is truth be told, so don't be shy to share it.
It's basically like just selling stocks in your masters. It's like treating your masters like it was like the stock market, and your fans can buy shares into your master.
But can you only like release a certain amount?
I think you could do it like on every track. I think it's called royalty exchange. You can look into that. It's like something that's really interesting.
Don't be shy to send a couple over my way.
What was the question?
I don't even know now. I get so excited we get off topic. Oh yeah.
So independent or
Thank you, Amar. Shout out my co-host.
I don't think for me, it's not an argument of do you stay independent or go to a major label for the cash. What's the best situation where you have the dream team working for you? Whatever that dream team is, who are those people? Who's that PR mastermind that can get
lawyers.
Yeah. Who are those bulldog lawyers who are chasing all those crazy deals for you? And it takes them to be really invested in your vision for them to do that. So it doesn't matter if you get that huge advance. If you don't have the right people to do the work, you're just going to waste money.
Yeah.
Right. So
and you said something to me. You said something to me the other week too.
What?
Tax money. People don't realize that you got to pay tax.
You got to pay heaps of tax. Like you got to have the right accountants to make sure that you're not overpaying tax. You got to be making sure that your money is working for you, like in your sleep. There's so many different factors. Like, so for me, it's like, do I stay independent, or it's not an argument of do we stay independent or do we sign a major label deal? It's like, what helps us break that next level? Is it the partnership? If so, what do I need to give up in that partnership? And is it worth it? Like, for what I get in return, is part of my master, like losing part of the ownership of my master's worth it? Depends. that you have to really weigh it up. And then you have to look beyond, oh, do I just own my masters? It's like,
but how many doors did that open for you to create more?
Exactly. Like I think Russ had a really cool way of doing it. Like he had this massive back catalog, and then he signed a partnership to, is it Columbia? Or was it to whoever it was? And it blew him up even further. Like it enhanced what he had already built, but it multiplied it by like 100.
But it's like actually same, but in my space, Joe Rogan.
Yeah, 100%.
Because like now he's signed with Spotify.
Yeah.
All his new stuff's going on Spotify. But now all the people that don't want to go on Spotify and watch it, they'll just go watch his old stuff on YouTube.
Yeah, 100%.
And it will just blow him up even more. And that's his back catalog.
But yeah, I think the aim of business is ownership, right?
Shout out Nip.
Yeah, you have to own, right? So you have to think when is the right time to give stuff up? When do I have to keep and build slowly? And I think we're in that position now where we can start looking at those different offers and say, okay, cool, this one might help us in this way, but maybe we're risking too much up front. You know what I mean? It's a pretty critical time for us, but I think what's most important for us right now is the music.
And you got on the music, I know we go off topic like crazy, but on the music, you got any good features coming up? Drop a couple names, don't be shy.
Oh, AJ Pap. I can't really say like confirm, but like, yeah, we've reached out to a few different people, and like, you know, like we're obviously like really tight with Laroi, and we've had several, like, you know, we've had a track with him leak. We've got a track sitting there with him. That's I can't say much past that right now. I'd love to give you the scoop, but I can't really say.
Shit, truth be told.
You'll be the first to know when I make that announcement, bro. Don't worry.
Do you want to make an exclusive announcement on here? Man. All right, you know what? I feel bad. It's a guilty pleasure. Any new music coming with Becca H?
Yeah, Becca has like, she's got stacks of new music.
How old is she?
Becca is 19.
Oh, she's young.
She's a kid, yeah.
Where's she from?
Campbelltown.
Wow.
Lumia. She's half part Indigenous, part Samoan.
Bro, shout out to all the young women out there going and getting it, man.
Yeah, 100.
Honestly, there's so many young ones just in everything. I love seeing women do well.
Yeah, you guys aren't ready for Becca Hatch though, man. She's about to really like to.
I'm gonna go. Does she have anything on Spotify or SoundCloud? Anything?
Yeah, there's song 2560, which she released a couple months ago.
Who do you reckon she's? I know you don't like. Who do you reckon she's the closest sounding to?
Oh man, she has like. There's a old UK artist named Shola Amma, and she used to do this, like a lot of stuff with like Craig David and Artful Dodger. She kind of reminds me of that. And then she has a bit of Georgia vibes. She has a bit of like her vibes. It just depends. Like she's still really finding herself. Aaliyah, she kind of even reminds me of Aaliyah. Like Aaliyah.
As long as you're not R. Kelly, we're good. You're a bad man, man.
Come on, bro.
You're a bad man.
Bring that shit up.
You're a bad man.
Come on, cuz.
You're a very gentleman.
That's dirty.
And Solo. Oh, wait, before that, speaking of girls, did you see that one that I sent you? That Billy?
Oh, Billy Marie, she's a gun.
Bro, that voice.
Yeah.
Honestly, it made me want to. Okay, I'm not going to say it. No, not like in a dirty way. It made me want to become like a crackhead and then come off crack and have like a mad relapse and like sort my life out. In a sick and twisted way. Nah, not like that. Like I just think like the way her music makes me feel is just like that voice. You can hear the pain. You can hear the purity. Like she's gonna, if she sticks to it, I would love to actually, if you're listening, I would love to get you on the show, or I'd actually love to have a phone call with you just to help you with life. I don't want nothing. I don't want, I've got, like, you know me, when I get excited, I want to help people. I remember I sat Laroi down.
Yeah. 100.
I literally sat, I'm going to take all claim for his fame, but I sat Laroi and Han down and we just had a conversation where I said, look, man, if you really want these, you got to fucking give it everything.
Look at where they're at now, bro.
Shocked he was the next day he was in LA.
Yeah.
I fucked up everything. But Billy, if you're actually listening to this or someone sends it to you, I would love to. I'll hit you up on Instagram and I'll send you this clip. But like, I would love to just help you. Like, honestly, help you because you have insane potential. Like, I don't even want to. I don't want nothing. I just want to help you in life because I feel. Look, I'm not saying you need help in life, but I just feel like, man, that voice is not normal. You can't let that talent go to waste. Fuck. And what about Solo?
Solo the robot.
Am I saying it the wrong way?
Solo. Yeah, so I just say it like, yeah.
I'm trying to get endorsement deals.
Solo, so he's multifaceted. So like, you know, obviously he's got the production stuff that he does. Like he's got a very distinct sound, like sort of very in demand right now. And then he's also like the mixing and mastering maestro. And then he's got his own individual artist project under I Am Solo. So yeah, he dropped a single last night called Overdrive. But he's very more like the way he prefers to do things is to do things unexpectedly and like outside of the norm. So he'll just drop a song randomly or
like Timberland, really.
Yeah. And he sort of leaves it up to you to discover like his music and get lost in it rather than try to give you like this structured plan like that's, you know, kind of predictable. He's sort of more for the music connoisseur, the music nerd who loves to get lost in the mystery of it. You know what I mean? And that's what, even him personally, like that's the way he loves to experience music. So like I'll just let him do his thing the way he wants to.
Yeah,
there's 3 completely different artists.
That's what's insane. Your catalog is just like, I'm waiting for the country artists to be announced soon.
No, that's 3 is good. Like it's a
Don't
good
knock
place.
the country artists. Look at fucking what's his name, Lil Nas.
Yeah, true that.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna take. If you can get 1/4 on that remix. I'm gonna take my boys to Old Mount Druitt Road.
That's my advice to managers now too. Is like make sure that you can handle the one that you have before you try to get a full roster, because it really does need your attention. Like each one needs a different type of attention, and you have to be able to know that you can deliver that attention that they need.
And I think managing their expectations.
100%.
Also realizing that, okay, you're not going to get this much attention because they're going through this EP launch right now. And you got to get this, and then that's got to get that.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing is, look, it's like you're literally juggling. You're juggling 3 mistresses. Well, not really. You got 5 plus 2. You got 7.
Yeah, I got 7
because you're juggling 7. You're right. You're not juggling 3 artists. You're juggling 7 artists.
Well, to my team's credit, it's not just me. Like there's a support team around it too.
How many people you got in your team now?
So on.
Do you have an assistant yet?
Yeah, I kind of do.
Guy or girl?
So there's a guy. So that's DJ.
She hot?
DJ Zerish, capital Z.
Z? Fuck.
So Z, he.
Shout out Z, man. We used to work together. He taught me how to. Like with nightclubs, how to understand like music and BPMs. Like shout out Z, man. Yeah. Honestly, do your thing.
So I got Z, and then we got guys like I got a designer, Matt Wilson, who does like a lot of the graphic design stuff, like for merch and stuff as well.
You guys just dropped your merch line too, eh?
Yeah. 1four27.com. 1four27.com, man. Hit that shit up and buy.
Thanks for bringing me a hoodie.
Oh shit, yeah. My bad.
I'll definitely wear it in the right areas. Hey, that's not going to be red actual graphic blood. It's going to be real blood. Just shank. You should insert shank here. I'll be like the creative director. You can do like little shank pockets. Like I'm just going on the brand. Oh man.
But yeah, that's, I think, sound advice is don't bite off more than you can chew right away. Build your artists with intent and with the plan. Focus on the music and the branding. The brand is really important. Like, understand branding. It's really important in the music game, and not enough people pay attention to brand, like longevity, like how to build a brand that lasts and that engages, like, not just because of a gimmick, but because of a real connection to the artist.
And I think your favorite thing, and going back on the first one and what you really wanted to touch on, and what we've actually touched on quite a bit in this thing, subconsciously, relationships.
Yeah, bro. Like, the skill that you have in managing all the relationships around you will determine your success. Because this is, yes, we call it the music industry, but it's really the people industry.
100.
And so you have to be good with managing, you know, how you communicate, being emotionally intelligent, like, you know, understanding how you're feeling during certain stressful periods and being able to react accordingly. Being able to, like, listen to your artists when they're feeling vulnerable or insecure or
going through what they went through.
100%. How you manage these relationships will determine how successful you are, as in anything really, like not just being a manager, just in life in general, like whether people like you or not, or, you know.
My brother,
Yeah, bro.
thank you.
My G.
Talking about how people like you, I got so much love for you. Fuck you, Susie.
I'm mad at Susie for you, bro.
But you know what? Honestly, more love, more life, more success for you, your crew, your team, your artists. Man, I respect what you're doing.
Thank you, brother.
And I can admit that I watched you from the start to where you are now.
Yeah.
So like, it feels, even though I'm way younger than you, it just feels surreal. I feel like my son has grown up and he's now managing one of Australia's most notorious rap groups, who will later on, you know, be seen as wave starters.
100.
You know, so keep doing you. I look forward to the EP. I'm gonna go listen to all the Becca stuff now.
Yeah.
Solos, I'll probably just, you know, have to wig it a bit and just, you know, do my thing. But man, big love, man.
Big love, bro. Much success.
Fuck these new mics.
See,
Man. That one.